Welcome to the Orlando Lions Den podcast, your number one Orlando City podcast. For the fans, by the fans. For the fans, by the fans. Keeping you in the know on all things Orlando City since 2018.
You know, I got to say, I'm impressed with myself because in the time it took for that intro to play, I put out a reminder tweet on our Twitter and my personal Twitter. I got both of them in there to let people know that we're live. Season preview time, guys. Excited to get going here in the Lions Den. I got my boys with me. I got JJ. I got Cleon. I got Eddie. JJ, it's been a hot minute, man. How the hell you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. You know, I went out on a transfer on loan, so now I'm back to play the whole 90 minutes.
They didn't even exercise the buy option on. Look at you.
Oh, man. The buy option didn't go through.
Washed.
Now I'm back. And I'm still waiting for my race with Cleo to see
Used to be. Bro,
who could be. Hey,
well,
Cleo,
I mean, who was your loan spell with? I don't think I got the press release on that.
It was a FC. Wish Orlando City was a little bit better. But
I was hoping for an FC none your business. Well, Cleon, since you're also getting challenged to a race here, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. You know, I'm undefeated in 2025, so all good. Now, if the rest of my races this year is going to only be against my daughter, maybe my son. I'm not too sure I can beat my son anymore. And then the rest of y'all, I got it in the bag. I'll finish the season undefeated.
I'm telling you, man, you come visit me up here. The altitude's going to kick your butt. You know,
I ain't racing up there. That's unfair, man. I ain't going up there.
It's funny. I think it's about to start snowing while we're recording here, so that's just how different I'm dealing with it.
I think Cleon should race Mike at the watch party.
At the watch party,
I'll race all of you at the watch party if we all gonna be there.
We should be there.
Money.
We should be there. Well, Eddie, how you doing, man? I was gonna start. You gave me a perfect segue into the watch party, but I wanted to ask you how you doing first.
I'm doing good. Glad JJ was over there in FC BFE. Came back from loan. So welcome back, JJ. We got no minutes over there. Locker room cancer.
I got
locker room cancer.
I got negative minutes, okay?
Negative minutes, yeah.
They got negative minutes.
Wow, yeah. That's funny. Hey, Cleon's going to race a real person. He's over here racing the U15s. Well, let's see what happens. Someone at the watch party is going to beat him.
That's not an open challenge now. No, I'm picking my opponents wisely this year.
I got you.
So you're like you're Jake Paul boxing. You're picking and choosing the old guys. Take them out.
I'm picking non-racers.
Well, speaking of the watch party, if you want to see Cleon and me race, we'll start there. Watch party, and we're redoing the beer. No mango, no party. On March 8th. I did not put the updated flyer in here that spells 8th properly, so that's on me. I've been focusing on making other things, but Orlando City versus NYCFC. I know JJ is going to be giving away his tickets for, I think, Orlando City, Atlanta, he said. We're going to try and get some other giveaways to go. Only thing, this is just my reminder, last time we were at the downtown location, this is going to be at the Longwood location. The positive there, they got an arcade and bigger screens, and Cappy's is still going to be there. So come say hi to Adam at Cappy's. Come say hi to us. Come drink good beer with good friends and the Orlando Lions Den. We're really excited to be working with Hourglass Brewing again. And with that, we'll go ahead and just segue into our sponsors for the night. And then we'll start talking about, season preview. We got all of our fun stuff that we always go over this time of year. So first, shout out to Chad McGibbon, longtime listener, longtime City fan. If you're in the market to buy a house in the Central Florida area, Chad McGibbon is your man. Use the QR code there to go ahead and access his contacts, and he'll be happy to help you out. And if you're buying a house, you also might want to go ahead and talk to our friend Leo with Loans by Leo, Epic Mortgage team powered by U Mortgage, whether it be financing a new home, a mortgage, or refinancing your existing home. Rates, as far as I understand, are starting to go down. So if you're interested in buying a house, Leo is the man, along with Chad. And if you're also buying a house, friendly reminder, you need to insure it, which especially in Florida is more difficult than it needs to be. And Eddie is here to help. So if you are in the mood for or in the need for insurance, whether it be house insurance, boat insurance, car insurance, Eddie's your man. Eddie, I don't know if you have anything to add about the insurances because you know more about it than I do.
No, that's about right. But especially life insurance.
Life insurance, that's a good one.
GoFundMe is not life insurance.
Oof.
Oh wow.
Oof. I mean, he's not wrong.
Wow.
He's not wrong. It's not.
Yeah. With that, I get the segue. Let's get to the prediction.
Yeah. So with that, oh man, let's go ahead and start talking about some predictions. So first, I want to just go ahead because I'm loading all of the pictures in right now because I did this a little bit differently. So Eddie, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and have the beer flyer up there so that way we could talk. First to start, just because JJ, you weren't on, or no, JJ, you were on the Den After Dark that we just did randomly after the preseason game. So I want to start by just saying we got some new signings that have come in. Obviously, got Colin Gusky, who's the homegrown, Joran Gerber, who's the draft pick. Those are the kind of things that we normally see. We also got Marco Pasalic, the new designated player, Eduard Atuesta, and Nicholas Rodriguez, U22 initiative winger. We do still have a U22 initiative slot open. Luis Muzi seemed to kind of imply that maybe there is a chance that we'll be looking at utilizing that, but we're not going to rush it, which is, perfectly fine. Don't want to rush these kind of things. Don't want to rush these things. But with that being said,
Saturday, so
the season does start on Saturday. You're not
rushing that is, but
but with that being said, guys, I'll go ahead and start here. Who do we have as our newcomer of the year? I'm personally hoping that additions are not done yet. I know Sean Davis just recently got let go from LA Galaxy because of the fact that the league is weird, and when you're a champion, you can't sign more players. But he's a name that I'm interested in. I'm curious to see if anything happens. But who was you guys got as your newcomer of the year? Cleon, you're the only one off mute right now, so I'm going to go to you first.
All right, newcomer of the year. So when I talk about rookie, you're talking about just whoever's a new player, right?
I mean, it could be a rookie as well. Realistically, one rookie, and that's
or just new player that wasn't here last year, right? All right. Exactly. I'm gonna go with. It's probably not gonna be the flashy one, but I'm gonna go with Atuesta. Statistically, because of the position he plays, it's not going to show like that. If we're going statistics wise, I'll definitely go Pasalic, Marco.
Pasalic.
I'm just calling him Marco.
Marco.
Marco. All right, I'll go with Marco. But overall impact, I'm definitely going to go Atuesta. That's a huge signing, in my opinion.
I agree. And as we kind of said last time around, I think that the thing we like the most about him is that he's not the same player as Wilder Cartagena, who's coming in to replace. So I think that's that's what's going to potentially make him fun. I don't know. JJ, who do you got?
It's Atuesta is playing more of an offensive minded than Cartagena. He's more of a offensive guy, but I got to go with the Croatian sensation. The last game against Miami, he showed. I think he's going to be better than Facundo Torres, to be honest with you. Way better. I think he has more skill than Facundo Torres, and I like his attacking minding. I mean, he took a shot from outside the box. That's what we need more at Orlando City instead of walking in goals like we always tend to do, is to walk in the goals. But so I'm going to go with Marco, the Pasalic, or whatever the heck, Marco, and that's the guy.
We're, like I said, mid-season form as far as pronunciation goes.
Mr. JJ, they're right on there.
Yep.
He added a Pasalic. He got like 4 different countries in there, different pronunciations. I like. He says my prediction's gonna be right. JJ's back. Good to have you back, buddy. Well, I guess my turn, right, Mike? Yeah,
that would be correct.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, I'm with Cleon. I think Atuesta is going to be the most impactful given the need we have at the position, and then we have to change how we play with him. Like impact in regards to the productivity, like nice through ball to Marco, whatever. How do you Marco Marco.
Not so easy.
Pasalic. Oh God, you guys are all killing me, man.
Pasalic. I just forgot it, bro. Well, I'm you're young. You're like half my age, Mike. So Pasalic. Thanks, Jake, for the phonetics there. Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Thank you. So Marco Pasalic. Yeah. Marco Pasalic is going to be important. Like this team isn't going anywhere if the DPs aren't firing. We have, I think we'll talk about that. I think Ohio will have a decent year or a better year. Muriel so far has been a bust as a DP, right? So we need to get at least 2 out of 3. Orlando famously has never had a 3 out of 3 DP hit, in my opinion. And so Marco being successful would probably be the most important, but I think Atuesta is playing position we need. It's going to change how we play. I think for once we're finally going to be protagonists. I think Rosker used that. We were protagonists for like 2 games, and MLS is back and haven't been since. And I think Atuesta kind of forces the hand. So I think impact-wise, it's going to be him. The newcomer of the year. I don't know if stats will bear it out. Probably some, but we're going to have to play differently if we're going to get them. If we're going to use them, or else why get a player like that? But if the club if we're going to succeed and make any noise anywhere, we need our DPs to hit. So, kind of Pasalic needs to hit, but I think Atuesta is the most likely just because he's proven and it's a little bit of a safe pick. But I think that's my choice. Newcomer of the year, Edouard.
Oh,
no, I'm going out to Atuesta. Okay. Edouard, he's the more sure one, but we to win anything, we need Pasalic to hit. You're not going to function with one DP who's above average, and the other 2 not doing it. And for now, you guys are a little higher on him than me. So far from what I've seen, he's got the hunger, he's got all that stuff dribbling, but his stats in Croatia, the worst league, was 10 goals in 3,000 minutes, and so far he looks like Croatian Anthony. Just a little cheaper.
And it's the same thing as Facundo, but everybody loves Facundo.
Hey, I mean,
we're going to produce. We're doing 15 goals.
Croatian Anthony was not that great not that great in England, but he's doing pretty good in Spain now. So
right, but that's a worse league. This is a better league. He wasn't just in Croatia. He was on the best team in Croatia.
No,
right?
He wasn't on the best team in Croatia.
He was on one of the
Rijeka was not the best team. That would definitely be Zagreb. They're in the Champions League every year. You know that name.
Yeah, Zagreb, but he's on one of the better teams, right? With the form where he was with them, or one of the better teams, and then his whole production. Facu did produce more last year in a better league than he has. So I just think people are getting excited on techers, but I get excited on goals and production.
I never get excited on anything, but I'm excited on this guy.
Yeah,
For me, to be fair, for me, and I'm also, you guys know, I'm a big production guy too. You need to show it. You know what I mean? But for me, the biggest, like you said, I'm all about that too. You're talking about my attackers. I want to see goals. I would be concerned if he was coming here and so far what we had seen, he's just kind of ghost out there and just chilling. But he's not. He's aggressive. You know what I mean? So the first step in scoring goals is you need to be aggressive. You got to be a dude always looking to shoot, and so on and so on. And so far from what we've seen, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, they'll give him that. Look, and sometimes you got to get out of the element. That was a good team. Maybe he wasn't the guy, and he's taking an opportunity to make a lot more money and also be the man, make a name for yourself, and you can make a good living. So it could be like the whole all the kids say main character stuff. And this could be the time where he blossoms and he's the main character. And it takes a step, but it's just maybe just cynicism. It's just a lot of ifs. Somebody go to a better league, and if he reproduces what he did over there, it's not enough for a DP. I mean, he wasn't super expensive, but it's not enough production. So there's a lot of ifs. So it's possible that he has the aggression and it turns into end product for really the first time in his career, and for some, it just clicks here because now he's the man, he's the more focused, or he could play more freely. But with Oscar's system, I just don't associate offensive freedom with that. Now, Facu did have a lot of freedom, but I don't know. I think given that Atuesta is going to be on his side, he's going to have to do a lot of the defensive work at the same time. I'm just interested to see exactly how we're going to play going forward. And there's just a lot of ifs for me to go out with him. It would be optimistic, but I'm just not there yet. I'm a wait and see kind of person.
I see Jake's comment there about Facundo had a lot of more technical skill.
I haven't seen enough of him to say that per se.
After seeing against that Miami game up in Tampa at Raymond Slums Stadium over in Tampa, I disagree. Listen, this guy Marco, man, he's played with Stuttgart. I know it's Stuttgart too. He's played with Borussia. He's been in that Borussia Dortmund for about 2 years. You know, he's played with some great guys. Just because, you know, he came from, what is it, Rijeka, whatever it is.
I think you actually had it right the first time.
Oh, I did? Rijeka?
I think so. I don't speak Croatian,
but there you go. But my thing is Facundo didn't have that Borussia Dortmund, you know, leadership, or even Stuttgart. He had Penarol. I mean, there's a bunch of how can I say, they're young. They're not a great team. And for me, I think this is a great signing by Orlando City. And I'm one of the ones that always kind of don't like their signings, but I love this one. We finally have some European flair here for Orlando City. And the last European we had was Nani, which was great. And I think this one's going to be even better than Nani at a young age of 24. And if he does what Facundo, if not more than Facundo, yeah, he's gonna be awesome. He's gonna be.
I will go ahead and jump down your throat a little bit here and say you are forgetting the legend Ercan Kara, who was our last European.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and before that,
show off my signed jersey.
Right. Yeah. Van der Water as well. Remember that? And Dagger technically is European too.
Dagger and Robin are still Europeans as well. So
yes, fair enough. But look, in Peñarol. I mean, there's wherever this guy came from, Peñarol's got like guys like, you know, Federico Valverde who came from Peñarol and stuff like that. And so and Facu wasn't just a guy at Peñarol; he was the guy at Peñarol. So I don't know. To me, that means more than being like on Borussia, whatever their famous leadership. I don't know what that even referring to, or Stuttgart or whatever. You know, so I think that downplay it. I just think stylistically, Marco is funner and easier on the eyes to see. But we also, it's a little bit of wait and see. This fan base gets really hyped up on techers and going after people and looking like you're trying real hard and sweating and you know. So there's going to be a lot of that, but it's gonna be, you know, I want to. So far, the numbers look like Croatian Anthony, and I want to see a little more than like, you know, the techers on the wing. I want to see goals, you know, even if it's a little ugly.
You said easy on the eyes. I mean, just look at that picture. He's
look at that, bro. Handsome
son of a gun.
Yeah, Marco Papichulo. Yeah.
So here, I'm gonna jump in here, guys, because this always ends up being our longest episode of the year, and it's because I asked one question and now we've talked for 20 minutes. So,
and I'm the first one to gotta leave, and I'm the one talking longer.
I was gonna say you gotta leave in 25 minutes. So
right. One last thing, because I think my dad's watching. My dad, you know, known as, you know, the tactical football here, he says you can't score unless you shoot, right? So Marco is going to do that. So, you know, I can see I might have to give my dad every birthday a jersey. I might just put Marco on it on the back, because the guy's going to shoot. We'll give him that, and we'll see. He's got the right attitude. He's coming in here day one, running at people, dribbling at people, shooting from everywhere. I do like that a lot, to Cleon's point. That's for sure.
It's true. So we got two guys that aren't here.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. For me, he seems like he actually seems pretty similar to Facu, honestly, like in his play style, especially with the, you know, the lefty cutting in, all type of, like he seems to, they look for a guy where it's kind of plug and play, I think. You know, he seems a little more athletic, more faster than Facu, but and maybe a little more aggressive, But yeah. So for me, I'm not down. I'm not down on it. I'm not down on it. He seems he looks the part. He looks the part so far.
After week 3, you guys are gonna love him.
Yeah, he looks
So
the part.
you said 2 seconds and you took 30. I just want you to
My
know
bad.
Bro, I hope so.
that.
I hope we get La Liga Anthony, not Premier League Anthony.
All right. So 2 guys that aren't here with us, the Alexes. So Swag and Ryder. Ryder is going with Pasalic. Swag is going with Atuesta. I didn't even get my opinion in yet. I'm also going with Atuesta because he's going to force us to play differently. If, in my opinion, the way that I looked at it is there was kind of a disconnect between the 10 and the 6s last year. Having a guy who's more of an 8 that tries to progress play forward. And I don't think Poppy's going to try and change him because it's going to be a defensive liability. I think that's going to benefit the team. I think that's going to make there be more cohesiveness in the middle of the field. We're going to be able to do more in possession. And that's also Atuesta and Ojeda together realistically are going to open up things for guys like Ojeda. Pasalic, my bad. And guys, as you're watching along, feel free to follow along and answer the questions we're asking too. We'll pay attention to what you guys are saying. Jake mentioned Rodriguez being a shout there. It's going to be curious how much time he gets. But I am interested to see him play. He looks like a less technical, more speedy version of Facundo Torres. I like Daniel shouting out, does Freeman count? Freeman technically had an assist in league play last year, so no, he does not count because he actually got on the field. But I do like Freeman because, as I said on the Soccer Wise show, which shout out to Soccer Wise for having us on, I think Freeman is our young player to watch this year because I think he's going to be very impactful. So with that being said, we start with a big question. Now we'll go to a couple of little questions. So some over-unders. First, red cards. I believe last year we had 3. What are we thinking red cards this year, guys? How many are we expecting?
I guess I'll go first.
Sure.
I'm gonna go about 5.
You're thinking 5 red cards? Whew.
Dang.
Nah,
Cesar 1.
Okay, hard
Janssen
argument.
1. Schlegel 2.
Man's got a point.
And so and maybe 1 from somebody else. That the
Okay, you're kind of
like.
spitting on this one now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was like, wait, 5. I'm like,
All right.
okay. You know,
4.
bars,
I'll go 4.
bars. Yeah,
Okay.
no,
You want
no,
4?
the 5.
I'll give you 4. I'm
The
going
5, I can see
I'm
it.
going 5.
Yeah.
5.
Already got Schlegel and his boneheaded decisions in the comments as well.
Right.
What do you got,
I'm gonna
Cleon? How many are you thinking?
Do we know who got those 3 last year?
I don't have that in front of me.
That would help a lot. I mean, in theory, I'm pretty sure we didn't get a lot out of these 2 last year, but they're the 2 biggest hackers on the team, which were the Wilder and Cesar combo. So that alone not being there anymore, I would assume it. I mean, unless Cesar just tries to pick up the slack and turn it up times 2, he might start picking some up. So I'm gonna go with 4. I'm gonna go with 4.
4. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna be bold. I'm taking the
because
under.
I'm not positive. I'm not positive Schlegel holds that spot the entire year. He might. He's done a pretty good job of holding off Brecalo. I mean, Brecalo, he's always in there too, though, so he kind of to his own fault. But
so Cartagena had 1 and Schlegel had 1 last year. And
I'm taking the under on the 3. Boys are gonna behave again.
I'm also going to take the under, and it looks like
I'm
Swag
scared,
and
bro.
Ryder.
No, I'm scared because
push.
Schlegel's kind of been on his good behavior for about a year and a half or so.
He's due, right? So he's due, right?
He's due to pick up, bro. He's like the law of averages comes back around, man. He's due to start picking back up.
And hey, he should have had one in the preseason, right?
He
that
did,
preseason
yeah.
game. Yeah, bro. In Miami,
If there was
a red.
VAR, that was either a red card or a dive
or
in
orange.
the direction. But they only showed
Right,
one
right.
highlight of it, so you couldn't really tell. But I agree. I thought it was a red card.
Right.
All right, then. Push from the 2 Alexes that aren't here. Next, average attendance last year is 22,804. Eddie, what do you think? Over, under?
Under.
Ryder gave it a push. That is a very bold thing. That is a very exact
Right.
number to say. It's
Especially
gonna
a
be
numbers guy like that, right? Like a writer's gonna be like at the door, be like, "I'm sorry, I gotta get the push on this. You're out of here, buddy." You know, he might not go to games. Like he himself might not show if he pushes it over the edge. You know, I'm gonna say under because you know, I don't know. I think the under. I don't think we have any exciting signings, you know, to bring the casuals here and stuff like that. And I mean, we did get pretty far last year, but I don't think the attendance necessarily reflected that in a great way, right? I mean, there should have been more sellouts at the end, and there really wasn't. So I don't. I'm going to say the under. Like 21, 20, something like that. 21 sounds good.
Yeah,
I don't think people are coming to see Marco Pasalic, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you.
Not
I think
until
it's
he
going
does
to be. I think it's going to be the under, but I think it's going to be barely under. You know, I don't think it's going to be under by a lot.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. I think we get over 20. That's not wrong with that.
All right. So, is this Orlando City attendance?
Yes,
that
average
is
attendance for
announced-
Orlando City.
That they
No,
announced?
Oh.
Did they announce sellouts
The
every time?
number that they announce, yeah, that's what they go by.
Well, then I'm gonna say over. But if realistically, it's gonna be under. And just like Daniel's saying right here, you know, ticket prices. I mean, I changed my seat. First of all, I'm no longer at the tunnel.
Really?
I'm actually by Cleon over there in the section
good.
right behind the goal. So I'm closer to Cleon. It's just getting ridiculous with the ticket pricing. And then also just, you know, there's no security down there at the tunnel. It's ridiculous. I mean, Alex, you know, you got grown men down there. Alex knows. Mike, you were over there. You've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's just, you know, I'm trying to enjoy the game and I got people, you know, spushing me and doing all this. I don't got time for that. You know, I'm not here to fight with anybody. But attendance wise, you know, I've seen how many tickets are for sale still for Saturday, and there's a lot. I mean, they're giving away tickets at a place of one of the sponsors for Orlando City is giving tickets away to their employees. So it's getting, you know, they're getting desperate. So to be
Does
honest,
that rhyme
I
with
think-
for Orlando Felf?
yeah. But to be honest with you, I think it's going to be under. I'll go 18,000
Hey,
for
yeah.
average.
rough.
Yeah,
What
I'll-
were we last year?
22,804.
22. I think
And
we'd be
that's-
under, but not under by a lot. I don't think we'd be under 20. No way. I think we'll be under only because we're a year further removed. I think last year we are coming off of we are going into that season coming off of winning the cup. You know what I mean? So and you know, in the media and stuff like that, you know, casuals, they don't know the difference. They just know we won a trophy, so they won't tell we won the whole thing. So you know what, for real. So you know, a lot of people are coming off that. So it's I think we are coming into that season last season on an upward. You know what I mean? As far as the city view around the city. So, you know, we're a year further removed from that without winning any trophies. So I think we'll be on a little down slope a little bit, unless we were to win the Open Cup or something this year. Then I think you'll see a late season pickup. So I think we'll be under, but I don't think it'll be under drastically.
Let me ask you guys a question. In the last few years, the hype to the beginning of the season was big. I didn't see it this year.
I wouldn't say the last few. That's been going for a while.
Okay. Well, I mean, last year they had the scrimmage. They had it this year too, but I just feel like I don't see it on radio. I don't see it on TV like Fox
I haven't seen it for
35
years.
used to be like, hey, it's big. All of a sudden, I feel like that is just disappeared, and that has a big thing to do with also attendance. If you're not promoting correctly and you're not, and I feel like since the Wolves took it over,
Yes,
a lot
that's
has
that's
changed.
exactly when it was. That's exactly what it was.
I feel like, you know, since the Wolves have taken over, they have taken that excitement from fans and from, you know, us diehard fans. I just feel like it took the air out of the balloon.
I think you're absolutely correct on when it happened. I don't think it was like a purposeful thing. I just think it was, De Silva and all them, Leitao, De Silva. God, I felt like we ain't said these names in forever, bro. But they have been there from the beginning. So, it was just always a habit to go, the season's about to start, so we have to drop this. It was just the routine. You know what I mean? It was their routine. You do the 5K, you do this, you do the thing downtown, and they did it every single year. So I think once the Wilfs came in, they probably brought their own people. Well, they did bring their own people. We know that. And, we got JJ and stuff like that. And so I don't think they necessarily just followed the tradition. Or maybe they didn't even know the tradition. Who knows how far it went. But, probably a few things that they probably didn't even realize was a big deal to the tradition of Orlando City as far as leading up to a season. You know what I mean? So I think they cut some of these things out, and I think it's more impactful than they realize.
I do want to go ahead and highlight a comment from Jim here. There's no big marketing push. Remember, fill the bowl, all that type of hype. I just think that's a good point. Like, obviously for me, I'm not local anymore. So since I'm not local, when it comes to being like, yeah, do you guys see this around? I don't see any of it because realistically, I'm in another city that doesn't market its team whatsoever. If you saw the CONCACAF Champions Cup the other night, Rapids versus LAFC, I don't think anybody was there. But to be fair, it was also 4 degrees at kickoff. So, and there was ice on the field. It didn't look fun to be outside. But yeah, it's upsetting to see it not be as big of a deal. Also, shout out to Daniel for saying that they should just announce the rotating lion statue this week. I feel like we've all been waiting for it for a very long time, and it's just not going to happen. But like I said, Writer for attendance had it as a push. I have it just under. Swag has it under as well. And I guess points per game, that's where we're at next. Our points per game last year was at 1.53. What are we thinking? JJ, I'll go with you first. Over or under 1.53 points per game?
Ramiro's the starter. I'm just thinking out loud. Marco is the Anthony of the Spanish league. I'll go over. I'll say probably 1.8 this year.
Oof.
Ooh, that's high, bro.
That's high.
That's really
1.8.
high.
I think we're going to score. And we're going to score a lot from the outside. I like what I saw, and I like Ojeda. I'm honestly, this is finally a team that I think I like what he has done so far. And I like the guys that they brought in. So I think we're going to score 1.8.
I mean, I like the ambition. Let's see.
I'm going to go slightly over.
Okay.
Not as quite as high as 1.8, but I'm going to go slightly over only because we ended with the 1.5. I don't think we'll finish. I don't think we'll ever have a run the way we had that run to end the season this year, but I think it'll be more consistent from the start through the finish. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I sure hope we don't, but I'm hoping and I don't think we will start the season as bad as we have the last 2 years and have to basically come out of a hole. You know what I mean? So you got to think if we finished with the 1.5 last season with starting the first half of the season, bottom 3 of the entire MLS. So, I mean, I don't think it's out of the question. Even if you don't think the team's as good as last year, I think we could still be finished with a better points per game. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Eddie? Yeah, I'm a Cleon, just above, not as high as the JJ. Yeah, but I think you're gonna say over because I don't think we suck as bad as we did at the beginning. Ramiro was hurt for a while. Duncan missed time and the whole shebang. And Muriel adapting, not playing Ojeda at the beginning, going away from the double pivot, all that kind of stuff. So I think I don't think we're gonna see all of those variables at the beginning, and then so we'll start off a little bit better.
Yeah, a lot of it with our slow starts is like, Poppy, and we do this thing. I said it last pod. We always do this thing to where we bring people in so late in the off season. Basically, we don't get people playing until the last game of preseason. And then Poppy's notoriously slow for figuring out who plays best together. So, but I don't think this season he kind of has a choice. So I think they kind of Poppy proof that in a way to where the guys they brought in are going to play because there's no other option. Like Nico's up out of here, Faku's up out of here. Duncan's
Right.
injured.
Will this hurt? Yeah.
Even a striker is not even up for debate. Trying to figure out who's best to start, Enrique or Duncan, because Duncan's injured to start the season. Enrique is going to start. I think there's just a lot more solidity as far as what the lineup's going to be. You know what I mean? Right. So he's just going to be forced to play who he has to play because there's no other option. Or Hayter's going to have to start. There's no debate. You know what I mean?
I think the only place that you're going to see anything change is going to be somewhere in the back four. You can put Bricalo instead of Schlegel. You can keep Schlegel. You can put Antonio Freeman. Kyle Smith, he can throw him in there.
You can't put his daddy in there.
That's
Antonio Freeman.
Oh, my bad.
That's not Alex.
That's showing your age. That's showing your age, JJ.
I know.
You got the Super Bowl champion daddy in there.
Yeah. Miami Dolphins.
JJ's like, you can't play Morgan. Either put Morgan Freeman at fullback.
But Alex Freeman. I just think that back four is where all the change is going to be, and like Cleon's saying, I think the rest is basically solidified. I mean, it's basically there. You can't do anything else.
You don't have an option.
You got no other option, So
let's say we brought Eto'o in, but Wilder wasn't injured. Do you really put it past Poppy to struggle figuring out if he wants to play Eto'o as one of the starters, or if he wants to start Wilder with them instead of Cesar, or if he just wants to start Cesar and Wilder and have Eto'o on the bench? See, all that's out of the picture now.
That's what would have happened. That's what would have happened because we would have played out to. We would have played out to Westa and we would have shipped 2 goals, and then that would have been the end of that. It would have been Wilder. Let's just be
100%. He has no option.
Which is why JJ's right about the defense, because if Rodrigo starts, we all keep waiting for as Jim. Jim. I took it from Jim Hot Rod when Rodrigo goes full Rodrigo. Everyone's waiting for that and expecting Breckley. He wasn't cheap to be a backup, and Santos on the left defensively has been atrocious so far, and Kyle's better defensively. So there's going to be some games like that, and Freeman's got more upside than Dagger Dan. Dagger Dan, he started off really good last year, probably his best player, but he really faded at the end after he got hurt. He was pretty much nondescript for most of the season, So after that, and Jim made a good point too with the start. No CCC TV at the beginning of the season to slow us down, and the excuse. Remember last year that was part of the reason why we started off slow, because it happens to a lot of teams. So
yeah. And I will say, it looks like in the chat, Daniel's got us over. It looks like Jake has us under. You guys were all positive on this one. Looks like me, Ryder, and Swag all have us under. So that's a little bit kind of how I feel about where I think we're going to finish this year. I don't think we're as talented of a team as we were last year, and we're going to have growing pains again. But we'll talk about that more as we kind of go along. So I guess goals against is next. We had 50 goals against last year.
Oh, higher, 100%.
I'm not wasting time to saying higher.
I don't even need no numbers on this one. It's going to be higher.
I heard it on, I forgot which podcast, the football or something, I don't know. I think last year we were allowed like the 5th, like we were like bottom five for shots allowed or something. We were near the bottom shots allowed, and we were I think we were bottom 5 with like saves basically. Pedro had some big saves, but he's very average last year. And in regards to what are the stats, Mike? Where you're like expected goals kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Where basically Pedro didn't stop anything he really shouldn't have stopped for the most part. He was near the bottom, one of the bottom 5 of the league last year at saving goals that wouldn't be goals, but it was just like, hey, if it was XG was decent, it was going in almost every time. And then with Atuesta over Wilder, and with Santos, hopefully he turns it around. I think last year he was a little better in defense. And then the potential hot rodding Jansen a year older, and then trying to be more of a protagonist just because you have Atuesta. I'm taking that over, but smash that over.
Smashing the over. Mm-hmm. JJ, what about you, my man?
That's a good question. I know we're gonna score more goals.
Well, that question comes later.
Okay. Well, points per game is the same exact kind of thing. Well, that's why we're gonna score more goals. I'm gonna go under, but not that much. Just right under the 50. Right under the 50. I think like maybe like 48.
Yeah, the
48,
Alexes have the under as well.
Yeah, I think the defense will come up, and I honestly think Briccolo, David Briccolo, he's going to take Rodrigo's spot. I mean, and like Eddie said, I mean, we're paying him to not
I
to
can
be
see
on the
that.
bench, and I think he's going to get informed somehow, some way. I mean, the guy plays on the Slovenian national team. I mean, Rodrigo can't even be called up to the freaking Uruguayan hush hush league on
Well, I mean,
Sunday or
since he's
whatever.
not New York
Give
Ryan,
it-
that'll be real
Given he's
hard.
given that he's Argentinian,
Or whatever. Argentina,
I know.
whatever.
I
They all blend in blue and white, so it's all the same thing. They all look
Oh,
the
Lord.
same.
and they
Yeah.
notoriously love each other as well.
Yeah. So but yeah. I think Briccolo is he's gonna take the starting, and I think him and Janssen are gonna be a force, just like how we had Janssen and Antonio Carlos back in the day. I think we can have that again, and I think our defense. So I'm going to just go under 48, 47, 49. It's going to be below 50.
Real quick, with Jake makes a good point. You know, and Cleon touched on it last week. When Pedro's gone, bro.
Oh
you
my
know what
God,
I mean?
bro!
Bro,
I'm
you're getting, and
terrified.
as Colin said, we got pumped 5-0 last year. I
I'm
mean,
terrified.
when Pedro's gone, that's gonna be terrifying.
Bro, we
No,
better
no,
not
Mason.
be when it comes to like Open Cup and all this stuff, Open Cup, Leagues Cup, all that. We better not be trying to pull this. Okay, this is time for the backup to play. No, bro.
Right.
I don't want to see
Yeah.
that dude. I don't want to see that dude at all. No offense,
Right,
Mister whatever.
Otero.
Javier Otero.
Yeah.
Javier
Javier.
Otero.
No,
he
sir.
is a giant, though. I'll give him that. He's huge.
Okay.
He's-
So is
It's like
Wembenyama, but I don't think he
he's
can
like-
stop anything.
Oh, he's on the
he's
bench
hurt
now.
now. So
Poor guy.
Sure,
He
yeah.
got a blood clot, man.
I mean, I have us on the over here. Looks like the Alexes both have the under. I losing Wilder Cartagena more.
It has to be over.
Robin
I
is
just
on the
feel
wrong
bad.
side of 30. Pedro's going to miss time. I can't see a world where we're not having less goals against us. And because of that, clean sheets, we had 9 last year. How you guys feel about clean sheets? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say we're going to be under 9 personally.
I'm taking under at 7. The only way we keep these clean sheets and the goals against is less is if we really figure out possession really well, and we're finally those protagonists, famously that Poppy proclaimed like 4 years ago. That's the only way.
Oh,
You know,
should.
being good.
better.
We have the people who, we should be better in possession. We have the people to do it. It's just, are we going to do it and do it well? You know, that kind of thing. And sometimes the best defense is, just keeping the ball. If we can keep the ball, then I could see us getting the 9. The goals against was pretty trash last year, but for now, I'm gonna smash the under because Pedro slightly washed and Janssen didn't get any better, and Santos has been bad, and Atuesta is not as good as Wilder in the defense. So
I
that's
just
what
want
it
to
is.
agree with David here.
David King. I
Get
don't
a
care. They
bit
better
keeper,
go
please.
call Tim Melia out of retirement and tell him, hey, it's time to stop playing with the kids, bro. Come be the backup. They need some.
Yeah,
I don't
or
care who it is.
Crocodile Hunter, Irwin, whatever, right?
I don't care,
Somebody.
bro.
Somewhere.
It
right?
ain't because what we got ain't it.
So
Hey,
I'm
can we get
taking.
Brian?
You're taking the under too, Cleon.
This is clean sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go under.
JJ.
All right, so let me get you guys here up to date. Let me ask you a question, Cleon.
Learn me something real good.
Pedro, is this his final year?
Yes.
Okay. How old is he? He's
You
what,
mean
20?
contractually? Is it his final year or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he have an
Contractually,
option?
it's his final year.
It's his
I think it's a
final
yes
year?
for both.
All right. So clean sheet. What was the over under?
9.
9.
9. I'm gonna go over 10, 11. It's his final year. You're gonna see. I mean, come on. He did the Statue of Liberty on Messi, and that even though it didn't count, and then he did that awesome save. I think he's gonna play his butt off this year. A, to get a new contract, or B, to go somewhere else. And
This is the last
this
chance?
is his last chance. He's
Fair.
got to
Fair point.
That's a good point.
That's a good point, JJ.
see him.
Gotta hand it to
I
you.
mean,
see
he
him
wants to get a
playing.
contract. Not going to get one worth as much money as we're giving him right now. I'll tell you that right now.
So
Right.
so basically he's playing for a job with Orlando City or somewhere else. So I'm gonna go 10, 11. So I'm going over.
All right.
right.
And then
This is
our
good logic. I
last
take it.
last fun question on here. Do we think we're going to get any apologies from Pro this year? They have the over-under set at 2. I feel like we haven't gotten one in a year or so. So, I mean, I'm taking the under. I just don't think they apologize to us anymore. They don't care.
No, but yeah, I don't feel like we've been super pro lately. I don't know if that's gonna, I know it's not what the Orlando fan base wants to hear, but
Okay.
I don't feel like we've been pro.
I'm
lately,
writing
so.
that down specifically just because if you
So
do
that-
give
that
us
means
the
we're
bad
due.
juju, it's your fault.
Right. So, to quote Cleon earlier, right? It's been a year and a half. We're due, to get out Chapman, but I don't feel like it's happened. So my point is they're not going to apologize. So I'm going to take the under because they're going to be like, what are you guys whining about? Nothing, we're not screwing you consistently. This is just a one-off. So, yeah, I take the under.
I'm going under. We'll get no apologies, but we will get screwed. How many times we play Miami? We're definitely getting screwed
Right.
at least twice.
At least.
Yeah.
Well, we're
At
getting
least it's
screwed
not
at least
the PGL MOL is in English, best league in the world, worst refs. Get it together, Jake.
Jake, it's specifically your fault for that.
They're all from the north, Jake. They're all from the north. Get some English rep, some London refs.
JJ, what about, are the refs going to apologize to you specifically?
To me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not sitting at the tunnel anymore.
JJ's not about to tell me. Yeah.
I don't get any yelling. I'm not getting kissed anymore. I'm not nothing.
Oh,
I'm just
no.
a regular human being there with Cleon, 3 rows from
Oh,
Cleon, basically, and
Wow.
they throwing stuff at him. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
Cleon, you
we're
might
not
need to
gonna
move
get
your
any
seat around, get around that head. Make sure you get a clear view.
No, we're not going to get any apologies from the pro referees. Come on, these guys. First of all, they hate us, and like we said, when we play Miami, yeah, whatever. And no, they're professionals. Come on, man. They're not going to apologize. They don't want to look stupid. So no.
Right.
Fair enough. All right.
Absolutely. Under.
Now we're going to get into under. I got you. All right. Now let's get into some of the more fun questions, I feel like, because we got some of the goofy ones out of the way. Let's go ahead and go to Martin Ojeda. Over or under on his combined goals and assists. If we looked at all competitions last year, I believe he had 7 goals and 10 assists. I believe that does include MLS assists, Clean.
Oh my God, why?
So I'm sorry about that.
Why?
I know Swag said here, if we're counting MLS assists, it's over by a landslide.
Well, he must not have had too many fake assists last year anyway, because his MLS assists are 9.
Okay.
Wow.
So he's not a fake assist guy like Sasha Kljestan.
Speaking of Sasha Kljestan giving us crap in the projections this year.
Yeah.
Number 1 Orlando hater. Not that we gave him a DP contract or anything, but whatever.
I hadn't given a Sasha Kljestan straight in a couple years, so I felt it was due. Just like we just talked about. Sometimes
overdue.
the averages come back
That was
around.
it.
So
Right.
I'm sure Yuri will catch a stray somewhere this season too.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
definitely over him,
over
without question.
over on assists or goals, like
Combined.
I mean, over. I know it's combined, but I'm saying, what do you think he does better in both?
He goes over in both.
I think so, because he's got to be he's the PK
He has
taker
to.
now, right?
He's
Like,
Well, even if he isn't, he's. I just feel he has to go over.
right.
like,
Yeah,
because
I'm gonna say yeah.
His minutes are going to be so drastically different in the first place. So it's like, and his role, I just feel you
Right.
have to go over.
Right. I think definitely over because now I've changed on this. Over just watching him with Miami, he pretty much he's not like a ball carrying 10 kind of guy, right? He's almost like a on offense. When we get into the final third, he's like a second striker, especially in transition.
Yeah.
He's like a 9.5, right? And Ramiro's hold their plays getting better, and Duncan's too. They're both able to drop in. Ojeda makes good runs in behind, as evidenced by that goal, right? got a guy like Atuesta who can bring it in behind and stuff like that, can make things happen, is helpful, and that's going to create that. And then he's very good at laying that off for an assist like he did to Ramiro for his assist, right? So so I definitely think with Ramiro and then eventually Duncan coming back, I think, and just chemistry and him locking in this role the whole season is definitely gonna increase. And potentially in MLS to be the 10 and have one fake assist, one MLS assist is rare. So I can see him do 9 real assists, and you throw in 4 MLS assists already. The numbers are up, and I think goals wise, I don't know if we're gonna get as much goals from the right wing as we did last year. So I'm hoping he picks up some of that slack.
Yeah, I mean, for me, especially being
Facu,
the fact that
I think y'all are really like. I know everyone on this pod at least knows Facu got a lot of his goals from pens, but his run and play goals were not that high. Like, it's not like everyone's like, oh, no way, Pasalic or Rodriguez or whoever could fill them shoes. But I don't think it's. I honestly, and it's not a shot to Facu, but it's not. I don't think it's that hard. Honestly, don't.
I mean,
like,
I'm going to
play goals. And run and play goals, bro. The dude's. Yeah. Well, I mean, without the pens, he was behind a lot of people, bro.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, how many? Not
he had only 2 last year.
I'm talking about like his per. I'm talking this per 90. I'm talking about his per 90 stuff. Like,
how many penalties did he score last year?
How many? What?
2.
How many?
2.
2 penalties. He
had
had 13 run and play goals. 13 run and play goals.
Who?
That's pretty good. Oh, he had 15 last year, right? For Goodenough had 15 goals, right?
Yeah,
so
but
13.
The dude was playing like every minute. I'm talking about
his per 90.
I get you. He's not. He wasn't up there like that.
I got you.
So,
but if you're looking at per 90, but my band, Croatian Anthony's per 90 is 10 goals in 3,000 minutes. So do the maths on that, and it's a better league. So I mean, it's gonna have to. He's gonna have to. Someone's gonna have to pick it up. He's gonna have to blow up on this league out of nowhere, and then Ojeda's gonna stay it up. But Ramiro will be healthy, starting sooner, and etc. So you're right. Overall, we can make it up. It doesn't have to be just Pasalic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
one was a rebound from a pen. So 3. True, Jake.
Yeah,
He's true. One of them was a rebound because he broke the pen. That's true.
I did see that as well. Yeah. I will say, just when it comes to that, in regards to what Cleon was saying, I hate to go ahead because I'm taking a shot at my Giants here a little bit. Obviously, there was like talk about how good a year Saquon Barkley had for the Giants, or for the Eagles, and the Giants letting him go. The Giants, for the most part, at least for like the first half of the season, our running backs on aggregate were getting the same amount of yards that Saquon Barkley was, and we went by running back by committee. I feel like that's kind of what it's going to be, right wing committee, whether it be Rodriguez or Pasalic. I feel like they can combine together to kind of equal Facundo's numbers. I think that's not outlandish to say. With that being said, though, for Ojeda, I am agreeing with David G here, saying smack it with the over. If I could bet on the over of goals and assists for Martin Ojeda being over 17, I would, and I would hammer the hell out of that. Because as long as he stays healthy, I think he's going to get a lot of opportunities to create this year, especially with Atuesta helping him in the midfield. So,
and you see how more direct he plays. You see how more direct he plays now, for even from the 10.
Right, right. That's his strength. Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. 9.5.
Understriker.
Right.
Last time, even last year, we were playing the 10, and it was just we would just constantly have him go out wide left to make room for Facu cutting in all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like, but now he's just like straight through, bro.
Right. But look, and not to downplay penalties, guys. And let's not forget that there was a time frame as an Orlando City fan where a penalty didn't mean anything. It's a heartache. So let's not just throw it away and just forget that. Yeah, and I'm talking to you, Nani, last European. We took it for granted a little bit that penalties equal goals. You know what I mean? That's it. But hey, look, but like you're saying, direct Ojeda, bro, he's like Harry Potter, 9 3/4. Bro, ain't no 10, nothing.
I'm gonna take over.
One nerd got that joke.
I heard it. I just let it slide.
I'll take the over. I think Ojeda's gonna score.
Ojeda's easy over unless he gets injured, bro.
And
100%. It's easy money right there.
unless he doesn't get sold. Just saying.
They
In
ain't
this,
gonna do that this season.
JJ's
I don't think
What
he
have
will.
we ever
mid-season.
done? What have we
Maybe
ever done?
maybe in the winter.
JJ's dropping all kinds of like. Every time I got something, JJ drops something. I'm like, dropping some nuggets. JJ, welcome back, buddy.
I'm just saying.
Well, I saw.
You got a point. You got a point.
I like Surge in here saying Paslich will be better than Facu in his first season. Well, we'll see.
I hope so.
You
So.
You and JJ are on the same train with that.
Well, everybody,
there you go.
everybody likes the new person, right? Everyone's like the backup
me, it's
quarterback's the
not
most popular.
necessarily- it's
That's
possible.
not true, Eddie. That's not true because I didn't care about Facundo. I didn't care about a lot of these new guys that came in the last 2 years. But this guy, I just feel like he's special.
He
thinks
came
he's
from
a dog.
He's special.
JJ's a Europhile, you know. He's a Europhile. He's all European. He's
Yeah, like
JJ he thinks we should have kept Vanderwater longer.
I said it before. I don't see it as okay. Facu's in. I mean, Facu's out, so there's 14 goals, 2 assists there, and Pasalic is in, and he has to get 14 and 2. I think you're going to see the jumps from the other people. I think Ojeda's going to score a lot more than he did.
Right.
Ramiro, Rico's going to score a lot more than he did. Duncan's probably going to score a lot more than he did.
Hold.
Yeah.
I got a slide for that, guys.
Alex-
That's next.
Okay. All right.
I saw Jim even put it in the chat earlier,
I
being
had
like,
no
so no,
clue.
we're not talking about Muriel's goals and assists. Well, damn right we
Yeah,
are.
you
We're going to
gotta-
talk about all of our forwards.
Originally,
Originally,
a
it was
picture
just,
of Muriel,
Oh,
man.
They're
Bro,
all
I
in
like
the-
how he put Ramiro in front of Muriel's gut there. I like that. It's good, you
I
know,
try.
bad
Well,
picture.
to be fair, I will say the only picture because literally when I made this originally, the spreadsheet from Alex only had Duncan on it, and I was like, that's kind of not fair. I'm throwing the other 2 strikers on there as well. And the only picture I already had on my computer of Muriel was one of him taking a PK, and
Bro, if
unfortunately, it's not a flattering picture.
You
Bro,
did
he's-
homework dirty. Bro.
They're
I
nothing,
didn't
nothing
mean
flat
to, it's just
there.
what I had.
There's nothing flat there, buddy. You know, it's a fat guy. I can tell you. What's it called? I have to go after this, so I'm just gonna go in real quick.
Okay,
and
so
just
real
drop
quick,
a bomb.
let me give you the lines real quick. Duncan,
Okay.
12 goals and assists last year. Ramiro 11, Muriel 10. Over under on all 3 of them.
Ooh, okay.
Over on
So
all.
I spaced out on after the first one. So 12
Damn it.
was for Duncan. 12 was for Duncan, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a little over. It just depends when he comes back. You know, hits the ground running, and if he takes over starting. So I thought Duncan. There was a bunch of his finishing was off at the end last year, and then there was some dimes he dropped that people were breaking, like Muriel. So you just that works, returns to the average or the mean or whatever. Then I can see him doing better. Muriel 10. I'm going to say more because he was dropping dimes and people were breaking. Duncan was one of them. So I'm going to say over, and if he's on the pitch, he needs to take the pens because he didn't even put them in the corner and no one's close to them. Bro, they're the most – he just pants the keeper every time. I mean, it's just like a Bugs Bunny changeup. Like, it's not even – it's like if the keeper just stood there and stuck a toe out, he'd stop it, but he's on the other side. Or frozen. Right. It's wild. It's the most disrespectful. I absolutely love it. And Ramiro healthy, you know, you smash it over. We're getting. You know what? Here's the hot take before I go. All 3 of our forwards are going to be 14 goals and assists. No, 13. That's crazy. 13 goals and assists contribution. All 3 of them. That's my statement.
Okay. I like the boldness. I think
everyone's over. I think all 3 of them over. And I don't mean like as a collective, they're over what they did as a group last year. I think they're all over what they did individually last year. All 3 of them. Unless Duncan like doesn't come back till way down the line or something. He's supposed to be coming back pretty soon. So I would expect him to be over too. But I think all 3 of them will do over what they did last season. And then same with Ojeda. I think they'll go over too. That's why I'm not worried about the whole, you know, Facu's goals are gone. Because I just don't think it's gonna just be him. That's why I'm not too worried about Pasalic has to score as much as Facu did. Because it's everyone else is gonna jump up. Except for Angulo.
I'm with
fair.
I'm with you, Cleon, on that. And vamos Orlando, and give my little prediction before I go. Orlando City 2-1 on Saturday. Peace out, fellas. Gotta go pick up my kid.
All right, Eddie. We'll see
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 you
you later, brother. All right. Well, JJ, where are you at, my man?
What's Duncan's over under?
His is 12, Ramiro's is 11, and Muriel's is 10.
Maria will get higher. I think he has the confidence, and he finally, you know, knows what MLS is about, where he's going to start contributing more. Ramiro, he's going to be the next stud. He's going to go over, and Duncan's going to take a little seat back this year. I think. I feel like Duncan, with the injury and everything, I feel like Duncan's going to be. He's going to be. He won't get the over. So under for Duncan, over for the other two. And Marco and Atuesta will get enough goals to help us. And you'll be surprised with Marco.
See, yeah, my stance on it is I think that I'm not expecting us to get as much production out of the wings. So for me, I'm kind of looking at it as
It's all up the middle with me.
It's all
for
going to
me.
be up the middle. And that's why I'm going over on all of them as well.
All three.
I
Easy.
do agree with you on the fact that I can see Duncan taking a step back since we're likely not going to see him until end of April, early May. But I don't know. With that being said, I still feel like there's a chance that we could get something good out of him. I still think there's a possibility he could get some goals. And I don't know. I think he's hungry, especially with that new contract that he got. So I just a follow-up question. Who is your leading goal scorer for the team? I feel like this is the right slide to ask that rather than waiting.
Man.
For me, a lot of it rides on how long Duncan's out.
Yeah.
Because you're saying like May, but I mean, Oscar was saying that the dude's supposed to come back a lot sooner than you think. So
I'm just going based off of what we know. So,
well, I don't know he's going to be back in May. I don't even know where that's coming from. So,
I heard end of April. I'm just assuming. So,
yeah. But I mean, let's put it this way. We're assuming Muriel is going to make a big jump because you would assume he's going to play a lot more than he did last season, things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Duncan played 17 more minutes than Muriel last year in MLS.
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, and he had 12 last year. And he's been a goal scorer this whole time. So, it'd be different if you're talking about a knee injury or something. It's a shoulder.
It's a shoulder. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was talking to one of my friends from one of from an FC Dallas group. I was talking to him earlier, and he's like, when did he get hurt? I was like, do you not remember in the playoffs when his shoulder completely popped out of his socket and he went running to the sideline, like, pop this thing back in. I got to go take a PK. Like, yeah. He's like, I completely forgot that happened for you guys. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's because he played in the next match. Because he played in the next match. So
that's my only
he played. So they're like, oh, wasn't injured.
That was my only thing that bothered me about that entire situation is I was like, why on earth did he not get the surgery sooner? Like,
no, he shouldn't have. He should have played because we should have won.
No, I'm saying we should have won MLS Cup. I agree with that. And if we won MLS Cup, I wouldn't have been mad about him not getting surgery until January. Like, he should have gotten his surgery in November or December as soon as the season was over.
Oh,
rather than waiting.
I thought you meant like he should have like right away before we were even eliminated. That's
no.
Okay,
that's what
I got you. Yeah, I'm with you.
So, all right, JJ, who's or wait, Cleon, you didn't even give me who your leading scorer was.
Leading, it depends so much on when he comes back. I'll go Enrique for now, but I could see it being Duncan. And the dark horse could be Ojeda, but I think it'll be one of those two for sure. I think it'll be Enrique or Duncan. But
okay.
A lot of it rides on when Duncan comes back. Well, most of it rides on when he comes back. So yeah, I'll go Enrique, but if Duncan comes back, not that late. I mean, I'm not sold on Enrique's 100% like lock down the starter spot. Like, I don't see it.
Yeah, fair enough. JJ, you're
golden boot. I can't see the forwards, even though they're forwards and they're supposed to score. But there's 3 of them, and they're going to all split that. So I'm going to actually give it to Ojeda. I actually think Ojeda will probably be the main guy. Because I mean, you got Enrique. He'll start one game. Then you'll have probably Duncan start. And if Duncan kicks butt, he'll go until he starts losing form. And then here comes Enrique. And then you'll put
But that's what
Muriel
we
in
did
the
last
mix.
season.
Yeah.
That's what we
and
did
so-
last season. And Enrique was, I
Facundo-
mean, Duncan was
and guess
second and
what?
Enrique was third.
So yeah, no, but Facundo was first. So we're going by who's gonna be the golden boot. I'm gonna go by Martin Ojeda, who will take away the other goals basically from the 3 start or the 3 forwards. You
Fair
know?
enough. Fair.
So Martin Ojeda, and yes, Daniel, I wanted to say Pasalic, but I've been getting too much, because of him. So that's why I went Ojeda. But Pasalic would also be another one, a good, golden boot guy also.
He'll get a shout for sure. He's definitely. I'm not giving him the shout, but he'll get some. For me, I got Ramiro. Swag has Ramiro, and Ryder has Duncan. For me, I mean, I also, admittedly, because I have a better sports book where I live now, I don't have to stay with Hard Rock like you guys. I may have put $5 on Ramiro Enrique to win Golden Boot in the league. Do I believe that it's going to happen? No. But when someone is plus 12,000, you could put $5 on. So yeah, I gave it a shot. It's probably not going to happen, but I figured it was worth seeing. So.
And what was the over under for that one? For that $5?
Huh?
What was the over under?
I just bet on him to be just to win the Golden
MLS?
Boot. Yeah,
For MLS?
for
The
MLS.
entire
yeah.
MLS.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
No
that's
way.
why he's plus 12,000. It's not going to
Okay.
happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
said that-
to be fair, I put $5 on a couple other players too that aren't Orlando players because I feel like it's much more likely from them.
Okay.
I put $5 on Kevin Denke from Cincinnati. I put $5 on Evander, and I put $5 on Petar Musa from Dallas because I felt they all had good odds. So
I like the Musa one.
he's got Lucho Acosta now. I could see it being good. So, we're talking goals. We had 59 goals last year. That's the most ever for an Oscar Pareja team. Will we have over or under 59 goals this year?
I'm smashing over.
Smashing the over.
Smashing over.
Smashing.
So you're smashing the over, but with the goals per game, you're only
Over.
going
I
a
put
little
over
bit-
on both.
I know,
I
but
think
you
we're going to
just went a
score more
little bit,
goals
but
and
you're
we're going to allow
smashing.
more goals.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Alright.
writing on the spreadsheet Cleon smash over.
Yeah, I'm
Smash.
smashing over. Yeah.
I'm smashing because I went 1.8 goals per game.
Yeah, but those
Well,
could be a
that was
bunch of
1.8. That was
popular-
That was points per game, not goals per game.
Points per
Wait,
game.
is that what he made his
Yeah.
1.8 on?
Yeah,
I
that was
doing it on
the
goals.
yeah, no, that was points
No,
per game.
bro,
man.
that was points per game.
Oh.
We'll get back to the we'll circle back on points in a second.
Circle
Wow.
back on points.
All right, so you're taking the over on goals, JJ.
Yeah, taking the over on goals.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take the under just because I'm reluctant. Looks like we got an under from Ryder as well. And what'd Swag say? I'm taking a look at my text messages as I go because he sent everything over.
I'm going over.
He's got under on 59. My thing is Oscar Pareja teams don't score a lot of goals. We just hit the highest we ever did. I just don't know that we can. So
Bobby was coaching that team too, though.
I'm assuming that the wow mic from Jake was at me putting $5 on Enrique. That's fine. I completely understand. If he wins the Golden Boot, though, you're going to be looking at me like I'm a genius. You also said we're going to score 70 goals here this season. So
Yeah, I'm not smashing that high.
I ain't smashing that high, man. That's we're talking record numbers there. But I respect it. I respect it. All right. So a couple other questions here. Realistically, we'll revisit points just because of the fact that you made a mention
Yeah.
of the fact that
what's points? Points or goals?
Points-
Aren't they the same? Goals
No,
per
no.
match?
you get points out from 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, 0 points for a loss. So points per game is how many you average.
So what was it? I messed up. I thought that was
You're
goals.
good. That's why I'm revisiting it. We're gonna get you back on
what was
it.
It was 59.
59 is goals, and then I have us at 52 points last year is what we got. 63 points the year before. Over or under 52 points.
So,
I'm gonna erase your 1.8 off of my spreadsheet here because I now
that was
know
goals. I was talking about goals.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Per match. That's what I thought you were talking about.
No, you're good, man. That's what we're here for.
52 points last year. Ooh, that's this will kind of give away my my prediction for Orlando City kind of this year. I'm just gonna say over.
Over. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you how much, but I'm gonna say over.
All right. Well, we still got to get predictions, so
Yeah,
we'll get there.
all right.
Cleon, what about you?
I'm torn. 52, 4 seed. I'm gonna go even. I'm gonna go even, but I if you were to push me, I would say slightly over by like 1 or 2 points. 1 or 2 points max. And that would take if we're all healthy all year.
Okay, let's see. I got from the guys, I got Ryder with an under. I have Swag with an under, and I am going to be the third under. I think that the East is going to be a bloodbath this year, and I'm not sure that we did enough. So, obviously, you guys know I try to be as positive as humanly possible on all of our things. I like to feel good about it, but I think that all the teams around us did a lot of good, and I don't know if we did enough to keep up with it. So I'm taking the under on 52 points.
You know why I think, and I agree with what you're saying, but the reason I think we could end up exactly the same or a little bit better is because I feel like the teams that got a lot better, we were losing to them last year anyway, even with that 52 points.
That's true.
So what difference would it make if we are losing to them anyway?
You got a point.
If we were like washing them last year, the teams that got better, if we were like beating them up and sweeping them for the season and things like that, then I'd be like, yeah, now you're going to take those wins away. But we didn't have them last year.
Good point.
I'm going to go ahead and shout out to Jake for taking Eddie's jobs, and Mike's for Switzerland, and he even moved to the Alps. So,
Jake, good one. I like that one.
as it's literally snowing outside right now, which is super cool. Because after we're done with this, I got to go pick up Mal from the airport. All right. Well, I think. Do we want to just take a look at team and league awards first, or do you guys want to do competition predictions first?
Good competition. Go.
Comp.
All right. So competition predictions. Where do you think we finish in MLS standings and MLS Cup, Leagues Cup, and US Open Cup? Leagues Cup, we got a favorable draw. Pumas, Atlas, and Necaxa. Pumas is the hardest of the group. I feel like we care about Leagues Cup the least out of the group, so we'll start there. JJ, what do you think we finish in Leagues Cup?
We'll make it to the next round out of the group or whatever it is.
Okay, out of the group, and that's it.
Yeah, out of the group, and we're out. U.S. Open Cup. I actually think we can make it again, all the way to the final, and maybe win it.
I think we can get to the finals in U.S. Open Cup.
Yeah,
it's
one
just
thing I will say.
Watered down. It's just really watered down this year. So like, I think we can get to U.S. Open Cup finals. If we were to win it, I got to see who we playing, but because there's still a couple teams in it that they're pretty tough. But overall, as far as the MLS goes, it's really watered down. So we're lucky.
Yeah,
we're gonna
so
be
we're
the
lucky
first
to be in it.
We're gonna be the first team to win back-to-back U.S. Open Cup.
How
can we win it back-to-back? We didn't win it last year
because we weren't in it, but we're in it this year.
I don't think it works that way.
Well, to be fair, we lost,
and also we lost.
Following year we got eliminated.
Did we?
Yeah, we got knocked out to Charlotte.
Oh yeah, we did. Oops. So,
yeah,
my bad.
This is literally what started Joel Poppy out, bro.
So, that's right, it did. Damn, forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
that's
think
funny.
US Open Cup, I think we can get to the I think we have a very good shot again to the finals. Leagues Cup. If you advance out of the group, right? Then what goes on from there?
You
I
play
don't know if you can
Miami.
tell from
It's
this.
no, it's still going to be. I think the first knockout stages are still going to be Liga MX versus MLS teams. So
Okay.
for the first
Oh, that's
knockout.
right.
So realistically,
All right,
we could
yeah,
be
we
paying
ain't got no shot.
four Mexican
All right.
teams before we see an MLS team.
All right, we ain't got no shot in Leagues Cup. Let's move on. MLS Cup. MLS Cup.
Well, where do we finish in the East first?
I don't know, bro. I honestly, and I'm not trying to be down, but I honestly can see us outside U.S. Open Cup. I can see us making it to the finals. Leagues Cup, I don't think we have a shot, and MLS Cup. Until I see something that changes my mind drastically, I don't think we have a shot in MLS Cup at all. Like, I think it'll be extremely hard for us to get out the first round.
All right, we'll make it to the semifinals. I'll be the happy one here. We'll make it to the semifinals of the MLS Cup, and we'll finish second this year, right behind Miami. And so it's going to be first and second in Florida, and we might take on Miami in the MLS Cup final.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
That is my prediction. That's why I was saying that we're going to go higher. I actually think I like this team, and Mike, Cleon, Eddie, all of you guys know how much I bash on this team, but I actually like this team. Watching them against Miami, I felt good, and I hope they don't screw me, but I actually like this team a lot. I think this is one of the best teams since the time of we won the U.S. Open Cup, honestly, with Juan Montinho, Nani, all these guys, not Nani, but with Juan Montinho and them. So I actually like this. So, all right, we're good.
Yeah, I can go with that. MLS,
So-
I can't see. I don't know. It would take a lot of luck. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I think
For MLS Cup, that'd be tough, bro.
so. I have.
Colin, I'm talking the Eastern Conference Final.
I know. I'm saying it'll be tough to get there. Where we got to last season, I think it'll be extremely hard to get there this year.
I'm responding to Colin. He says can't have East
Oh.
versus East. Yes, I know that. It's the Eastern Conference Final. 1 versus 2, which would be Miami versus Orlando. That's my prediction.
Yeah, that'd be super
Gotcha.
tough for me.
Gotcha. Okay. So I taking a look at what I got from the other guys. I got Swag, Open Cup. He says we go to the semis. Leagues Cup, first knockout round. MLS Cup run, he's got us out in the second round. Then for Ryder, he's got us finishing 7th or 8th in the East. A semifinal in the Open Cup, quarterfinal in the Leagues Cup, conference semifinal for MLS. And then for me, I agree with you guys.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
He's got us finishing 7th or 8th, but having us go into the conference final in the MLS Cup. Is that what I'm understanding?
I mean, it's a tournament, man. Anything can happen. Once you get it.
I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
I heard that correctly.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we would have to beat what? Probably Miami, Atlanta, or
yeah,
FC
right in the
Cincinnati.
beginning.
2 out of 3. I mean, technically Miami lost last year to freaking
Yeah.
Red Bulls, so as we did too. Which sucked. But whatever.
All right, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
So for me, I agree that the Open Cup is there for the taking. So for me, I think that the Open Cup, we have to get to the final and win it. So that's what I'm predicting. I think all of our eggs are going into that basket. As far as the Leagues Cup, I think we'll get out of the group and then that's it. As far as the playoffs, I think we're going to have a first round exit, and I have us finishing 8th in the East. As you can tell, like I said, I'm a little bit more down on things, kind of similar to Cleon, until I see something more, which I'm hoping that I do. Let that be clear. I'm not trying to just poo-poo on the team because I don't think that they're going to be good. I think that we can be a very good team. It's just I need to see more before I feel confident in saying this is a first place team, this is a second place team, this is a third place team. Right now, I think we're probably our ceiling is about 5th right now. I'm putting us a little bit lower because I just don't know that I can put us at the ceiling right now. But this is a playoff team. Regardless, Oscar Pereira teams will always get into the playoffs. I just can't see anything else outside of that. So.
Mike, you're turning into JJ.
Oh, I'm JJ. I'm the new JJ.
Yeah, man. Come on, think positive.
I
Look,
am being
everybody's saying
positive.
that you're
We're still in the
Switzerland's turning
playoffs.
into France now. You're turning into France. Come on.
Hey, it happens every once in a while. It happens every once in a while. All right, let's take a look at a couple just fun ones to close things out. Who's going to be? We already did the Orlando Golden Boot. We did that before already. Who do we think is going to be Orlando's MVP, assist king, and key bench player? And then we'll just take a look at the league real quick.
You want me to go?
Sure, why not? There's only two, you guys. So
MVP.
you got Pasalic for MVP. All right.
Oh, for Orlando. I was sitting there looking at
Orlando.
MLS, and I was like, "You're out of your mind."
No, we're doing the Orlando ones first.
Okay.
I
I say Ojeda.
Ojeda, assist king.
Ojeda.
Golden Booth, we already did. I said Ojeda. Key bench player.
Muriel. Easy.
Yeah, Mario or Ramiro or Duncan, whoever comes off the bench.
You know what? I forgot both of them can't start. Yeah. Whichever one
whoever
start.
comes off the bench.
I think let's put it this way: if Duncan is the one that comes off the bench, I say Duncan. If Enrique is the one that comes off the bench, I say the key bench player will be Muriel.
And then there's one that's not on there. Most improved player. Freeman. I'm gonna give it to him. He'll be the most improved player, and I can only this year.
I can only give it to him if he takes over the starter. Because I mean, if he doesn't, then he's not going to play enough to even earn that, in my opinion. Being the backup right back. I don't think he'll play enough to earn it unless if he takes over as a starter. Yeah, I agree 100%.
I can see him taking over, but then I mean, and you can put Dagger Dan coming off the bench and playing more midfield. Because who do you really have? I know you don't like it, but you have him. He can play anything. He can play right back. He can play in the mid. So I mean,
yeah, but I mean, Kyle Smith can too. But it don't mean they're good at it.
Come on, Kyle Smith.
I'm just saying, it don't mean you're good at it just because you can't.
Kyle Smith he's a good bartender too. So.
Yeah, I know a lot of people's going to hate on me for it, but like I honestly do not rate Dagger as a midfielder. I don't. He was extremely mid. He was, bro.
I think he's grown into his own as a right back.
He's a right back, bro. He's a right back.
I think that's perfectly fine. I think
he's a right back. Like I know a lot of people's holding on to it because that's what they expect him to be when he got here, but he's a better right back now, bro. He really is. Like a right back, he's a legit MLS player. As a midfielder, he's average, bro, or less. He really is.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people's going to hate that, but it's my honest truth.
Fair enough.
Thank you for your honesty.
We like the honesty. So for me, my MVP and assist leader, I got Martin Ojeda as well. The Alexes also, both of them gave it to Martin Ojeda. I see a Muriel as well for key bench player. Me and Ryder are both going with Alex Freeman as far as key bench player. I think if we're going to be playing from behind a bit this year, he's going to be one of the first people off the bench as an attacking option at fullback. And I'm telling you, kid's an athlete. I'm excited to see him take on a bigger role. I honestly, I feel like he's one of the players I'm most excited to see play more this year. And I know realistically, we want to see guys that are going to help us win games. And we're looking for more established players. We haven't had a lot of luck out of our academy so far yet. I think Freeman's going to be one of the first ones that gives us that. So I'm really excited for that. And I like Colin here mentioning Nico Rodriguez for a dark horse bench player. I think that's very, very good shout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, yeah.
He'll get some good minutes. But I also agree with you guys saying that it's, depending on what we see from, what we end up seeing, who's going to be starting at striker most. It'll kind of determine. I realize on the spreadsheet there is no MLS assist king. The only thing that there is MLS MVP, Golden Boot, and Wooden Spoon. And MLS.
Well, it's up on the screen, so we just go ahead and do it.
So give me your who's going to win Golden Boot in MLS?
Messi.
Messi?
Actually, Suarez.
Suarez.
Benteke.
Benteke back to back for
Back to back.
Okay. I'm sticking with my pick that I bet $5 on. Give me Petar Musa. I think that Lucho Acosta is going to feed him the ball. I don't think that Dallas is going to score a ton of goals, but I think he's going to score the majority of them. So, and then assist leader. I mean, we don't really have. I don't know who's going to do that for the league. Probably Evander or Lucho Acosta for me. I
It's
think
gonna be Luciano Acosta.
Lucho Acosta. Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be because I mean, like you're saying, Musa's there in Dallas. You know, he's handing the ball to him. I wouldn't
Yeah,
be surprised-
I feel like if you think Musa's gonna be the
Yeah,
go to boot, I feel like you
gotta
have to go Acosta with
go with
them.
Acosta.
With the assist.
I wouldn't be surprised at Ryan Gauld either in
Oh
Vancouver.
wow, that's
I
a
would.
that's a one. What do you think, Ellie? Who you got? She's tired. Okay, she doesn't have anybody. Sorry, dog decided to be a part of the podcast.
Assist. I think, bro. I think there's all three. As much as I hate to say it, I think all three of them Miami up top, bro. The MLS
It
Golden
could be.
Boot, MLS MVP, and MLS Assist King.
It very well could be.
Yeah, it's Messi. It's Messi or Suarez on all three.
Jake, are you saying you think Olivier Giroud? Man, he looks so washed. I'm sorry. I can't. He looks washed as hell. All right, guys. That leaves two then. MLS Cup and Wooden Spoon. Who do we got?
Wooden Spoon. That's hard. Let me see.
I'm giving it to Toronto, man.
Yeah,
Like-
I think I gotta go Toronto. Actually, you're dead right. It's Toronto.
They're literally going to be paying Lorenzo Insigne $16 million just to F off.
It's Toronto.
Like-
It's Toronto. Yeah. Wooden Spoon's Toronto. MLS Cup.
It's Bessie's last year in the MLS.
I
so he's
think it's
gonna win
I
the
think
MLS
it's
Cup.
done, bro. I think it's done.
And then the Wooden Spoon for me, I guess Toronto also. San Jose, I think, is actually going to be pretty
Yeah,
good now.
I think
with
it's
Bruce
Miami.
Arena.
Yeah, I think San
But-
Jose with Bruce Arena is going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: whoever wins, I think MLS Cup winner, I think it's coming from the East, and I feel it's either going to be Miami or it's going to be freaking Atlanta.
Orlando.
My double worst nightmare, bro.
Orlando.
I hope so, with all my heart.
Atlanta's going to be good this year. I'll do. have to
Very,
say. They
very,
spent the money. They did good.
very.
Yes, San Diego is in the league this year. We don't play them.
Oh, they might be wooden. I forgot, bro. They might be wooden
Yeah,
spoon.
I will say Swag does have them as their Wooden Spoon, and
Oh,
I
they
don't
might be
really.
wooden spoon.
I don't
forgot.
disagree with that entirely, and I know we always keep it PG on this podcast, but man, their roster build is a six-pack ass. Like
It's a 12, bro. That's a 12. Matter of fact, I'm changing my answer, bro. It's San Diego. Oh, I
I do-
forgot they were in there.
I don't like their roster. I don't like
At
their
all.
coach. Like it's cool that they got Irving Lozano. I think.
Come on, they got Lozano. He's going to be the main guy.
Yeah.
Bro, that's
Uh,
gonna be Kaká. That's gonna be Kaká on that expansion team, bro. But like, except for not even good as Kaká.
They're trying to sell the tickets from Tijuana.
It's
Come on.
gonna be like half a Kaká from that expansion year with that expansion roster.
They're trying to get all those Tijuana tickets because they got Lozano, the Mexican.
Good luck. They're gonna be trash.
Wow. I'm looking at the roster as we speak right now.
It's
Mhm.
not good, man.
They got CJ Dos Santos. He was from Miami.
And that's their starting goalkeeper.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He
bro.
was,
They're gonna
he
be
was a
terrible.
backup. They did not get a
Terrible.
better backup than that.
Luca
They're gonna
De La
be
Torre
awful.
won't be bad. I mean, he's on loan.
He's a
Did we
good
play
pickup.
them this year?
No, we don't play them this year.
Damn,
I didn't see them on the schedule.
that would have been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emmanuel Boating. He's been everywhere.
Well, as we got through, that was all
Good
the
day.
questions that we had this year while you're now going through and investigating San Diego. We only got
Heck,
one
that's-
question left. Eddie already said we're winning 2-1 this weekend at Philly, against Philly at home. Important to remember, we
Oh
have
my God.
never lost a home opener in our entire existence. JJ, prediction this weekend against Philadelphia to start the season.
Hat trick by Palace. Marco.
Hattie?
Go with the easy name.
Marco. Hat trick by Marco. Goal by Romero Enrique. We win 4-0.
4-0.
Jim
All right,
Curtin's
chat.
gone. So
Chat, how we feeling? 4-0 out there. And a hat trick bomb from JJ. Cleon,
JJ don't even believe that, bro.
yeah, I do. I told you my predictions were going to be good this year. They're going to be better.
I mean, that's what his name said. Is that predictions are all right. So
That's right. Telling you 4-0 this year, or the first game, and then we're going to start getting people to believe in us. We're going to be the Orlando Pride this year. Come on.
I hope so. Cleon, what you got?
Hey,
For
did
what?
you know
Oh, Philly.
Diop is playing for San
That's
Diego?
a dub.
Yeah, he got traded there, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a dub. I'm going 3-1.
3-1. I'm gonna go. Give me a good old fashioned Poppy special. You know, we're
Bro,
gonna
come
win.
on, man. Come on, bro.
3-1.
Are you being serious?
You're over here. You're laughing at my 4-0, and you go 3-1.
I wasn't laughing at the 4-0. I was laughing at you
Oh.
saying Passless is
Hat
getting
trick.
Yeah, he's gonna get a Hattie, and you guys
That
all
is-
gonna start loving him.
We haven't had a
Oh,
Hattie
that's
since
it.
Kyle Laren. So
Well, there you go. The Croatian Anthony is gonna score a Hattie.
yeah, I'm just gonna go with the boring one. Give me a Poppy special. That's what I'm.
1-0. Come on, man.
1-0. A win is a win. Is a win. Is a win.
My prediction is there's a better chance of JJ catching one of the ball, catching a stray shot
From Palicic, Salic,
from
whoever.
anyone than Marco getting a Hattie.
No,
We'll see.
only one way to find out.
Watch.
That's our predictions for this weekend. Drop your predictions in the chat. I see a couple of them here before we
You
go
got
ahead
any
and get
questions
shout
in
outs
the
and get
chat?
out of here. I see 2-1 Ojeda and Enrique, 3-2 Orlando. Enrique brace, Paslich goal, 3-1 Orlando.
Hey, does the chat have any questions we didn't touch on or what?
Yeah, I was gonna say, before we go ahead and get shout outs, if you guys have any questions or anything like that you want us to touch on before we get out of here, this season preview, we're only at an hour and a half. That's pretty
That's good
pretty
for us.
light for us.
Hey,
for the season preview.
nobody mentioned about Sorbet. What's going on with Sorbet?
Gerbe.
Oh, Sorbet.
I was like, who the heck
Starts with a
Sorbet?
G, man.
How do you even get to the S?
Out here talk about ice cream.
Bro, his first name don't even have an S. Like, where did the S come from?
Sorbet, Gerber, whatever. Baby
He got a
Gerber.
contract, so he's
Yeah,
here.
he did.
He's here. Nico
Did.
Ladero is gone. Mikey Halliday is gone. That's why I'm saying go ahead and
That's
sign
good.
me.
I actually think there's going to be a signing.
Sign me
Maybe a signing.
sign me Sean Davis. Go get him. He just got bought out by the Galaxy. They just paid him $1 million to piss off. He'd be great depth for us if we could get him on a cheap contract like Houston just got Nico Ladero on. So
What is Poppy? Who do you think we should be looking for in what position, says Daniel?
I mean, realistically, we need another defensive midfielder. I would like a veteran goalkeeper. I wouldn't be mad at either a center back or a left back. There's a couple, but we can't get all of it. But like goalkeeper and center mid, I think are the two things that we need the most.
We need a goalkeeper bad, bro. Because I don't know, bro.
I don't trust right away
Pedro
Montero.
declining call ups this year or something. Because this ain't it. This ain't it, bro. I don't trust our backups to be starting an OT.
So you guys think Mason was better than Otero?
Yes.
Yes. And mind you, I'm not even as high on Mason as a lot of people were. Like, I was not sold on Mason being our starter at all. But over the two we got, it's not even close. For me, the gap between Pedro and Mason is as big as the gap between Mason and these two. And it's a pretty big gap.
All right.
It could be
It's wild to me we're rolling into season with that, bro. It might
that's
cost,
right.
if we don't fix it, it might cost us Open Cup. I'll say that.
So I see David also asking, this is a good question from David. What does Poppy have to do to grab an extension? I believe him and Muzi are up this year. I believe him, Muzi, and Ricardo are actually all on the last years of their contracts. I don't know if making the playoffs is going to be enough. Making the playoffs is a good start, But I wouldn't be surprised if they have to do a little bit more than that, because at this point we've made the playoffs 4 years in a row. Are we gonna get to the point to where that's not good enough? That's what just happened in Philadelphia 1 year and not make the playoffs, and Jim Curtin, one of the best coaches in the league, is gone. So is that what it takes?
I think Poppy's done after this year, no matter what. Even if he wins, I think it's
if he wins what?
If
What
he
do you
makes
mean
the
if he
playoffs,
wins?
if he makes
the
it,
playoffs now.
yeah. If he
That's
makes
all
it to the
for
playoffs,
me. That's bottom. That's
he needs
that's
to
not
win a
even
championship.
that's not where the bar is anymore.
I think winning the championship is where he needs in the MLS Cup or the Supporter Shield or something. But I think he's done no matter what. I don't see him staying. Even
I
if he
can
wins
see
the
him
championship.
staying if I can see him staying. Let's say he wins the Open Cup, right? Let's say he wins the Open Cup and he makes it to like the semifinals again, where we got knocked out this year. Then I think he's got a shot there, but I think that's minimum, honestly.
Yeah,
I think that's minimum. Like,
Then
and
again-
especially if there's no open, if you don't win a trophy at all, I really feel like if you don't win a trophy at all, then he's gonna have to.
I think they're all gone. I think they're all gone. Would Colin say? If they don't win, I think none of them will stay. I think the Wolves will just destroy this and start rebuilding from. I mean, if you think about the Orlando Pride, weren't they the ones that basically? This is all Wolves' doings from the Pride.
Well, not really, because Seb
The
Hines
general
was already
manager
there,
wasn't.
right?
Well, he was an interim, but then he became the head coach. And then Barnes came along and all them. But the general manager, I think the Wolves hired
that's
her.
Yeah.
And she's running the whole operation. So I think that what they're going to do is, here, run out your contract, and now the Wolves are going to bring in somebody different and
I
everything.
could see if they were to let go of the front office, I could see an outside chance to where Oscar's gone, Moosey's gone, and Ricardo takes Moosey's spot. I think there's an outside shot of that happening. And the only reason I think, because I really thought Ricardo was going the last 2 seasons, bro. I was sure he was going this offseason. I'll tell you that right now. I would have said like goodbye to dude if I saw him. but like I really thought he was going this offseason to another job. I could see a shot of if the front office was to be gone to where he would just take over clean slate. I could see an outside shot of that at this point.
I agree with
you. I don't see why he's there.
I agree with you 100% on that. I think Ricardo will be the next Moosey and be in charge of all of soccer. If Moosey leaves, I think Ricardo will. I know he'll be good for Orlando City. I just feel like his hands sometimes are tied, and with the decisions of Moosey and Oscar, because I know his intentions, some of his intentions, and he has great players. He can get great players, and he knows a lot of people from Europe to South America. And when I say people, I'm talking about big people.
Yeah.
So I just feel sometimes his hands are tied where he can't do what he wants to do. And if Moosey and Pareja leave, I wouldn't be surprised that Ricardo would take that job in a heartbeat. And I think that's what he's waiting on, because he could have already gone to so many places.
He's had
Orlando.
chances. He's had jobs lined up.
Plenty of chances, and he's staying. And I think that's what it is. We're going to hand it to you. You're going to run it. Here's the keys. Now you run this team. And I think that's when we're going to start seeing some good things happening here at Orlando.
Yeah, City. I think, and mind you, we're not like starting no drama or nothing like that, because I'm sure like those guys, they all work together well, and I'm sure they all love each other, stuff like that. But I'm just saying, in the event of the Wilfs cleaning the house, I easily could see them just moving Ricardo into that spot. And as far as like his hands being tied, I would think his hands were tied in the. I would say, as far as like, I'm not going to say his hands are tied like he wants this, Muzi and Oscar or one of the other wants that and it's something different. I think his approach would be different if he was the one hiring the manager. I think he would have a different style. I think they have different styles as far as he likes more flash, which you can see like he, even with the players he brings in, they're all kind of similar in a way. Even the ones that didn't work, even like if you're talking about Vanderwater. You know what I mean? Even if you're looking at guys like Vanderwater who didn't work. Vanderwater, Facu, Pasalic coming in, even Nico. If you look at all their tape, they're all kind of the same. The way their style, you know what I mean? The way they play. With that, they have the same exact type of flair and things like that. Big Neymar type of fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Prime Neymar, of course, but that's what he likes. So it's like 1-0 type of stuff.
And also,
I think he would have a different style head coach.
And also, I do just want to say, David, don't worry. We didn't take it as you wanting to start drama. You're just asking a question, and we're we're not trying to say that there's any kind of drama starting. Me personally, I think if they're going to get to a point to where they're considering cleaning house, this year has to go very sideways. I think it would make a lot of sense to keep it and still ride the chip and try and get Oscar that MLS Cup here in Orlando. So I wouldn't be opposed to that being what happens. Well, obviously, we'll see. And then one last question before we go, shout outs and close out. Jake asked, will Duncan be sold this year? I don't know that he gets sold this year, but I also will say I wouldn't be surprised if he's not starting for us by the middle of the season. If another MLS team comes in and tries to make an offer for him. I'll leave it at that. That's my hot take for the year, is that another MLS team might try and swoop in for Duncan if he's not starting for us by midseason, when that window opens up.
Yep.
Okay.
Do we got to talk?
No other questions?
No, we'll go ahead. We'll wrap there, and then I'll just quickly. I don't know if you guys have any shout outs you want to get out. JJ, it's been a while since you've shouted anything out.
Let's win. And don't forget Hourglass Brewery in Longwood on March 8th. I will not be there because I have a work conference, and I hate it because Hourglass Brewing is right here down the street. It's like 2 minutes from my house, and I can't be there for that one. I'll be down in Naples, Florida, at a work conference.
No, you'll be down with Ryder.
Yeah, I'll be down there. And Daniel, shout out to Soccer Wise and David Gass.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was what my shout out was gonna be. I was gonna shout out Soccer Wise. Appreciate them having us on. We're gonna try and get Goss and Tom to be on the show with us later this year. So yeah, thanks JJ for bringing that up. Thanks Daniel for bringing that up. Soccer Wise rules.
And I want to
if you missed the Soccer Wise episode, go check it out.
I want to give a shout out to Mike. Mike, man, you're the best, bro.
I was like, which Mike? Oh, okay.
Mike, the one right here.
Our Mike.
Mike. And yeah, shout out to you. I mean, you moved to Colorado and you still, doing this with us and taking over basically, which is, I don't have time, as you know, with work and everything. Oh, yeah. And it's just, if it wasn't for you, brother, I don't know where this would have been still.
Hey, this pod's too much fun for us to let it go away. And the fact that we got like 250 people watching right now based on what it says in the top corner. If that's what we really got out here paying attention to us, it means we're doing something all right. So I'm happy to do it. If my sleep schedule is a little bit weird because of me getting used to stuff, my sleep schedule is a little bit weird. That's all.
It's okay. By the time the game ends in there here in Orlando, it's 7:00 in the evening there. So,
dude,
you're good.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say is I didn't think that would be the hardest part about getting adjusted to out here, is with the time change, especially watching like sports and stuff. Like, I'm done with sports at like 9:00. Yeah. What the hell do I do with the rest of my night? like I don't go to bed at 9:00. I'm used to getting done with Monday Night Football at 11:30 and being like, all right, I gotta go to bed now. It's like, no, everything's done. I'm still up. Like,
wow. Yeah. You get football that starts at like 1:00, 2:00, or ends like at 4:00 in the afternoon, 5:00 in the afternoon on a Sunday. Yeah, it's pretty bad, right? Unless you got Sunday Night Football. And then it ends like around 7 or 8 for you. Yeah, but I appreciate
well, the
everything
dog
you do,
wants to go
man.
out,
You're the
so.
best. Yeah, dogs are wanting to go out. So
Yeah, I got to go walk her in the snow, so I'm super excited about this.
Absolutely not.
no.
Dogs stay poop in snow, bro.
Dude, when the snow's also melted, like she'll find the random spot that still has snow on it, and that's where she's pooping. And she's pooping on the snow purposely, rather than I'm just like weird. And thanks, Jake. Good luck watching the Premier League. Yeah, if Manchester United's kicking off at 5 a.m., I'm already not wasting my time. I already know it's. I mean, if they don't take an L, it's me that's taking the L. Like,
Listen, for you Manchester United fans, I just want to say one thing. Just let this season end, and then you'll see what Ruben Amorim can do.
I know.
Let him get his players.
He needs time.
He needs time.
He needs time, patience, and buy-in from the front office.
Exactly. He can do it.
Mm.
Any shout out for you, Cleon, before we go?
Just win, baby.
Just win, baby. I love it.
Exactly.
All right,
Vamos,
guys.
Orlando.
Vamos,
Let's
Orlando.
start right.
Let's go get a win against
Dub
Philly to end the season. And we'll see you guys at Hourglass Brewing on the 8th. I'm flying down to being back in Florida for it, so you got to come out and say hi to me. It's the law. And yeah, Vamos, Orlando. We'll see y'all soon.
Vamos. Enrique, por favor.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Orlando Lions Den podcast. Don't forget to follow us at Orlando Lions Den on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you next week in the Den.